All right.
Welcome to another episode of Professional Couch Coaches with Doc and Mike. I am Doc here with my brother from another mother, Mike.
Good. I'm good. Ready. I'm glad to be back. Lab. It's been a while. It's been a
I
while.
know, I know. We took a hiatus between
It's the second. It's
NFL.
the second
Yeah,
hiatus.
the second hiatus from the NFL draft, but we're gonna try to turn out stuff every week. So, um, or every twice a week. We'll see. Twice a week might be too much, but every week definitely we're gonna try to do something.
Right. Right. And on the front end, please make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell one time for the coaching.
Like my man Mike said, for the culture. All right, so how you want this is how I wanted to open the show. We didn't talk about this, but I wanted to talk
Mhm.
about what's been happening with Caitlyn Clark. Before we're gonna get into the NBA finals. Oh well, we're at the finals now. The last time we talked
Okay.
about it, we was at the NBA play-in, but we're gonna get to the NBA. Yeah, we're gonna get to the NBA
Right.
playoffs. But first, I wanted to talk about what's been happening with Caitlyn Clark and how people feel like she's
Hmm.
being bullied with the WNBA players. What are your thoughts?
I think that they're just playing her like a rookie. They are defending her very tough, but this is a different league. This is like when Kobe first came into the NBA, or when LeBron was a rookie, and they're like, "We gonna force you to be uncomfortable." So until she find her way, I think she'll be okay. Until she find her, her get her footing into the league, she'll be fine. Because one thing about a shooter, it's gonna be hard to keep a shooter from being productive in any league, whether it's NBA or WNBA. So
So you don't think they're bullying her?
no, I don't think they're bullying her.
Do-
No, I don't think. I think they're playing her very aggressively because I mean, on her team, I think I can't remember the other girl's name, but I think she's like one of two of the best players on her team. The other guard that's on her team that's pretty good. I think it's just two that's pretty good. So if you a coach, you
Yeah,
like, well, I'm not going to let her score.
right. Do you think they're trying to get in her head about because she's getting all this notoriety from everybody about from coming in from college to now, where they feel like maybe this is like her growing pains, where kind of like what you described. Every time there's like a new era of, you know, a change of guard, you would say, when it comes to different players, that this is just like the thing where it's like, hey, you're gonna earn every stripe that you think you can get, where you know, they're playing her tough,
Right.
but it's for the good of the league, but to also show her you're young and you got to earn this.
Right. Right. Agree. Yes. That is exactly what I'm saying. Trying to convey. Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
I feel about it. I think it's been funny some of the stuff I've been seeing on the internet about it, because people are taking various takes. They're going different ways with it. Um, you know, it's almost they're trying to paint this narrative like the NBA current players, which she is one of them, like they should be grateful for her being in the league, and that by them, this is some of the takes. This is some of the takes. This is how people have like responded. Like they should be grateful. Yeah, they should be grateful that
I
she's
just
in the
find it funny.
league. Yeah, yeah. Like, and she's the reason they're getting commercial flights, and she's the reason that people are watching the game, and you know, so they're like, not take it easy, but why are you beating up on her? Basically, is the take. But I would say Angel Reese is not getting enough kudos for her role in all this as well. Um,
Right.
and it's just funny to see how some pundits and some people are approaching the whole Caitlyn Clark thing, like you know, like she is the savior of the WNBA. I don't get that part. Like I don't see nothing wrong with it. Um, I think it's like any big brother, big sister relationship. Like, oh, you think you're
Right.
better than me now? Let me show you you're not yet. Like
Yeah. Agree.
one day you might get there, but right now you're not
Mm-hmm.
there. And I'm gonna show you why you're not there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's how I view it. And we're both former athletes. Um, I'm still an athlete, but I digress.
I
Uh
hung mine up. Hung my card up.
you you hung it up. I still,
If I
I pull out.
if I
Go ahead.
sprint right now, I die.
if I if I try to sprint right now, I don't know about that. I don't even think I can take off. I just
Yeah.
fuck it. You caught me.
Achilles gone. Yeah.
You caught me. My knee just snapped.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, what was you thinking?
Yeah.
Why are you
Yeah.
trying to run?
Like a full sprint, like a sprint.
Yeah,
Yeah, nah, that's
yeah,
over. That's dead.
yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna
That's
have to
dead.
fight if I gotta run.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
I'm just
Mm-hmm.
gonna fight. Fuck it. That's how I'm
Yeah.
going out. I'm gonna fight. But I mean, I gotta run. Nah, nope. He be like, how'd she go out? She was fighting. She was definitely fighting.
Did she not hear those shots in the Walmart? She didn't run? Nah.
Nope, nope. Just we gonna square up. we go, we go square up. I'm not taking off. I'm not taking off. Anyway, but that's what I feel is happening. That's what I feel is happening. I just feel like, it's the competitive nature that we're seeing in the WNBA, and
Yeah.
people got to chill out with some of the stuff that they coming up with, because to me it's not that serious. And I think one or two things are going to happen though from this. Like Caitlin Clark is going to realize like some of the way like how things are approached towards her, or the reason why maybe she feels targeted. Um, and she got to step down a little bit off her high horse. Not saying that she cocky or nothing like that, but like some of her comments are like very I driven, and she got to realize like you want to be embraced by everybody. You want them to be competitive, but you still want to be a part of a sisterhood or a brotherhood, or you can't single yourself out and then expect people to say, "Well, you're one of us." That's not how it works.
Right.
People are gonna always target.
Right. I just feel like that she's really getting like that. Um uh I can't even think of no rookie like from the NBA that's came in and uh but was kind of like high praise other than like a Kobe or a LeBron
LeBron,
or something to that
yeah.
magnitude. Yeah. Um Yeah, I just think she's just going through some growing pains, and people just got to kind of realize, like, hey, man, like it's a different league. Like you ain't gonna be the pros are not gonna let you just run around and just score on them. Like I don't care,
Nope.
I don't care what type of like who you think you are or like any of that. Like a professional athlete is not gonna let you just score on them because at the end of the day, that's their livelihood too. So it's like you want me to let you look good, so
Yep.
so I can have to go play overseas,
Right. So you can take my spot.
right? Like what? Like no, that's not how this works. Like you gonna have to prove me. You have to show me. Like show me. Drop
Yeah.
50 on me.
Yeah. And I really think that's what, I really think that's what it's all about. I don't, I think it would be anybody. Like, I think they're, and it depends on the position you play. Like, Angel Reese is technically a big, she's skinny, but she's big, like, she's tall as hell. Like, it's
Right,
different when you're a guard out there and you're like of average height. Um, it's one thing to be like 6'5". It's another thing you're like you're 5'10", 5'11",
right,
and you're out on the court. Um, so I think that has a lot to do with it too, the actual position that she's playing, um,
right,
with how people are approaching it. And we all know guards are always feisty and they like to get in your face, and it ain't it's really that's the trash talk spot, because it's like, who got better handles, who's the better shooter, who's the better passer, who, it's all of that, as opposed to being, especially when you think about it in the WNBA, like, Angel Reese got to get rebounds, facilitate when she can, and put buckets back up. She ain't nobody asking her to bring the ball down. Ain't nobody asking her to guard probably the best player on the team. Nobody's asking that of her.
right.
And she ain't gonna have to score 30 points for her team to win either.
Nah,
So um, I think that it's a whole host of things like coming into it at once. But I think my advice would be she needs to just chill and let the game kind of come to her and not make it about her. I
yeah.
really think that's a lot of it. Like, you can't make it like,
She's
that's
trying to
even
make
like
it
what,
trying to make it personal.
yeah, and it ain't. It's not.
Right.
It's just that's the
Business.
nature. Yeah, that's the nature of the game. That
In
is the
this
nature of the
yeah. In this aspect is business because if I'm on a different team and my coach is asking me to guard you, that's my job. I'm
Yep,
gonna do whatever I can to get in your head. I'm gonna say whatever you call it bullying all you want to. Now
right.
you just giving me ammunition to use on the court. Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Guess what? You about to get bullied tonight.
Yep. Because now they
now
gonna
the
view you as
now
soft.
now they already threw you off your game.
Yep. That's a fact.
Ins- Instead of being a competitor and embracing that. You think Kobe,
Yeah.
you think if somebody said I'm a bully Kobe, even as a rookie, I'm a bully Kobe, and Kobe just look at you and start saying, like, yeah, I feel like I'm being bullied by the league.
Right.
You think Kobe would say that?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not with his mentality.
You think Allen Iverson would have said that?
No. No.
AI AI
Definitely
crossed
not.
AI crossed Jordan as a rookie,
Yep. And was proud of it.
and Jordan was the best player in the league at that time.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You gotta, and you know, Jordan still wanted to show them, like, hey, I'm still here. Like, you might be a little quicker, you might have a little name to you at this point, but this is still my league. That's my
Right.
point. Like, you can come
Yeah.
in with all the clout you want, but other
Yeah.
people are gonna try to show you that they have clout too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I agree.
all right. So let's transition from the WNBA and Caitlyn Clark and all that good talk to the NBA playoffs. Now, Mike, the
Mhm.
last we talked about the NBA playoffs. I promise you, it had to be a month ago. It had to
Easily,
be a yeah, it had to be a solid month ago.
easily.
Um, and we were talking about the play in. The play in has come and gone, and we are about to start the NBA final round. When
I think it was the first round because I think one of the games we were watching, I think Cleveland and Orlando was on TV. One of the games we was recording.
might have been, but I'm not
May have
sure.
been. It was early though.
It
Real
was
early.
very early. It had to be a month ago.
Yeah.
But the finals are about to begin. And the finals, we could just talk about how things kind of shaped up in the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference.
Hmm.
Um, when we last talked about the NBA playoffs, we were talking about how we thought the West would be a toss up. Um, because the Thunder were the number one seed, but we highlighted the fact they're a young team.
Hmm.
And although they were the number one seed in the Western Conference, being a young team with your first real, like, this is our success time, it can be tough.
Hmm.
And you're going to be playing against veteran teams and veteran players who probably been in a position before and all that good stuff.
Hmm.
So we did not think the Thunder would come out of the West, and
Mm-mm.
they did not. Uh, I will say, well, everybody should know the Mavericks won the Western Conference, but I was a little shocked at how the Western Conference kind of played out. And I think, well, one, the Timberwolves shocked me. I did not expect them. I didn't think they would get past the Suns, if I can be honest.
You did?
Um, I did not.
I ain't believe it.
I
I don't believe in Phoenix. Only because they gave away too much to get Kevin Durant. Like you're not going to be able to ride Kevin Durant and Devin Booker for 40 minutes a game.
right.
When Phoenix
Um,
went to the finals, they were a complete team. Like they had defense, they had offense, they had complementary players who could knock down threes. Devin Booker could drive, kick it out. They had good point guard play. They had
yeah,
defense on the back end. They had a big. I mean,
yeah,
right now, if Kevin Durant and Devin Booker ain't playing offense and defense both ways for 40 minutes, they
they,
they gonna
they,
struggle.
yeah. I don't know why I still thought the Suns would not lose the first round. I don't know why.
They got swept
Um,
too.
yeah, that they did. So the biggest thing, it's a couple of little things that came out. One, the Nuggets. Well, we knew the Lakers weren't going to do nothing in the first place, so we
Yeah,
didn't.
at all.
I mean, unless you want to address the fact, I knew the Lakers weren't going to do that.
Unless you're a Lakers
Um,
fan, that was your
yeah,
false hope.
yeah, and most of them are LeBron fans. They're not really Lakers fans, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, I just didn't think the Lakers would do any. One, they had to play in to get in the tournament. Two, they haven't really been good all season. Three, they were playing the Nuggets, so my expectations were low anyway. I did think that Denver would do really well. I honestly thought they would probably make it, if not to the finals, maybe the round before, that they would be like one of the two teams playing in the Western Conference Finals.
Hmm.
Um, so uh, they did well, of course. The Timberwolves, I still believe, shocked some people. Um, from the Western Conference, though, we got Anthony Edwards has emerged. They're calling him the second coming to Jordan. What are your thoughts on Anthony Edwards?
He a dog.
He a dog. That boy
He
a
is.
dog.
Yeah, he a dog.
You
I
think he
mean,
like Jordan?
I think he could. he's a very rounded player. He doesn't shy away from playing defense. He definitely can score. He's very athletic, but he can also shoot. Um, he's a real, very well rounded player. Um, you know, Jordan, that's tough, but I I can see the comparison though.
Yeah,
I can I mean I can see the comparison. I ain't gonna I would never hate on the young brother because he plays very hard. Um yeah. I think that series between the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, um, I think they just shocked them.
I
Um
think so too. Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
they
I was gonna
shocked them
say.
when they won those first two games in Denver,
Hmm.
and that Denver was like struggling to have to win those games, and I think they ran out of gas by game seven.
Yeah.
Um, I think they did because even when they won that game to even tie it up to go 3-3, I think that was in Minnesota, and then they had to play the last game in Denver. Uh, you could just look at Jokic; he was gassed, like he was gassed, and yeah, I mean Murray, he played bad like those first two games. Good God,
Hmm.
he was like a no show. But I mean, he tried to turn it on, but by that time, I mean, yeah, it was too late. He ain't really have his fingerprint in the game. Um, I don't know. I think the Timberwolves are going. If they can put the right pieces and keep building that team around Edwards, I think they're gonna be a little problem.
Yeah. I mean, they shocked me. I'll say that. As far as Anthony Edwards, I do. I like his aggressiveness. I like his confidence. I think, and it's not cocky. I think he just really believes in his ability.
Mhm.
And I think that's good for every young athlete to think you're capable, and not have the moment be too big for you. It's still a team game, and he can't do everything.
But he
So
bigs his team up very well too.
yeah,
He 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 he's very encouraging on the sideline to his teammates and trying to get them involved in the game. I think even in the Western Conference Finals, I think he deferred too much in those games. I think he passed the ball at times where he should have been aggressive.
he should have
And
took it up, tried to take it over.
earlier in the series, yeah,
Mhm.
he did that game four, but at that point you're down 3-0. We should have did this game two when you lost game one at home. But you know that, yeah, I think that's the only thing. But I think he'll learn from that. I mean, he's young, so he'll get there. He'll get there. How'd you feel
Yeah,
about the? How you feel about Dallas?
I was shocked. I like Kyrie though. That's the thing. Like I've always liked Kyrie. Uh, I always thought Kyrie was like underrated because he's like, sometimes I think about like he's like a point guard that can score when he want to. But
Hmm.
he's like really a point guard. He like I like Rajon Rondo, but Rajon wasn't a shooter. Like he wasn't gonna give you. You
Or
couldn't count on him for
score?
like. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not,
You couldn't count on him for like 20 points. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But as
right.
far as seeing the floor, knowing where everybody's at, um, creating lanes and avenues, that's what Kyrie. He can score though, but he's like a great orchestrator of like he's a really good guard. So I've always liked Kyrie. I'm surprised he's dragging this team with him. um uh I mean they got a good team. They play good team ball.
You think that Kyrie's dragging the team with him?
I think he's a good piece. I'm not gonna say he's dragging them with him. I think they
No.
play good team ball. I think they're a good team.
So who would you say is the best player on the team?
In my opinion, I know who everybody else is gonna say.
So in your opinion, who?
Kyrie.
Oh,
I know that's not what everybody else is gonna say. Who do you think is the best player on the team?
the best like overall player?
Yeah.
Um, overall, I'm gonna probably say Luca. Only because I feel like Luca can score, and well, we know he can score, but Luca also will give you 10 assists consistently. Like consistently give you 10 assists. So he's always a threat to score, but then he's always a threat to, okay, come over here and double team if you want to. I will pass the ball. Hopefully the people make the shots, but which they, have. But but Kyrie does that too. But Kyrie's more for Kyrie to take the game over. Kyrie has to score. I'm not gonna say has to, but more than likely you're gonna feel him more effective when he scores. Just like game one of the Western Conference Final, when Young Boy was talking too much on the day off.
Hmm.
Yeah, running his mouth, which he should have just stayed off of Twitter
Hmm.
and just be like, I got Kyrie. Like, okay, all right. And
Yeah.
Kyrie gave him 24 in the first half. You felt
Yeah.
that. Like
Yeah.
you felt that, and you felt that immediately. So it's like, but Luca, you always feel Luca. Like Luca
Yeah.
touched the ball, he's like always a threat to do anything, pass the ball, score, drive. Even as slow as he be moving, it's like a mummy out there with the basketball.
Hmm. That
But
money.
some, but but it's, but for some reason he always gets somebody on his back hip. Like I'm like, how does he consistently get somebody to play defense from behind him, and he's moving just as slow as he don't like? What in the world?
Right.
Like even that game winner when he did your boy dirty, the defensive player of the year,
Go there.
The terrible Rudy, when he got Rudy in the blender, had Rudy
Yeah.
spinning around, looking like a ballerina out there.
Yeah.
It was, it was the slowest crossover I ever seen in my life.
It's like he's going left. No, he's going right. What are you doing? Poor
But
Rudy.
but even in that aspect, right? So
Yeah.
you up 2 points, right? You playing defense now. Well, you might not be the fastest, right? But say you gotta guard Luca, right?
Hmm.
What's the one part of the court you're not gonna let him shoot? You up two now.
Hmm.
Where you not gonna let him shoot?
From behind the arc.
You're not giving up a three. Why, if
Right.
you're Rudy, why are you not okay with him going past you and letting somebody else pick him
Pick
up?
him up. Yeah.
Why are you? Why would you be guarding like he's? First of all, you 7'3" with the arm length of a 7'9" person, right? So even if he
Right.
got past you, you could still affect the shot somehow.
Right.
Why are you giving up threes?
The whole
Just get rid of Rudy. Rudy
yeah.
held them back. Get rid of
He
Rudy. Rudy held
might
that team back.
be the issue.
Get rid of him. You see what team did he come from?
You talk.
Yeah. You see they got rid of get rid of him.
Get rid of Rudy.
Send him to Detroit.
No man's land. Send him to Detroit. Good Lord.
Send him to Phoenix.
Yep. Send him to
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Send him
No,
to
they ain't
Phoenix.
gonna take him down there. They ain't gonna take him to
You
Phoenix.
know who would take him, and we wouldn't even
Who?
be shocked to take him. Who would the
Charlotte.
the short? There, you see how you know.
That's
That's
what
some
Charlotte
Charlotte.
does.
That's some. That's a Charlotte move all day. That's a Hornet move.
That is
Well,
most definitely a Hornets move.
right. So, what you think about this Eastern Conference?
We were not shocked. The Celtics came out of the Eastern Conference. It's not shocking. Um, I think that's the one thing we said when we were talking about the difference between the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. Whoever won the West, they were going. It was a shakeup. We didn't know who was going to win the West, but I think from the beginning we knew the Celtics would probably come out of the East, and there wasn't a lot that would probably hold them back. They kind of had an easy road. I mean, to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we were even talking about like what the records were, like the difference between the first seed and the last seed in the Eastern Conference versus how it is on in the Western Conference, because all of that matters. So I'm not shocked that Boston came out. I'm interested to see what happens in the finals, though. Um,
I think it's
we
gonna be
both
good.
picked, yeah, we both picked the Celtics to win the Eastern Conference. When it came to the Western Conference, I foolishly picked the Clippers, which was terrible. But you picked the Nuggets, which they look better than the Clippers. I'll give them
Lord
that.
knows.
Yeah. So now we have. I don't. I mean, the Knicks did what they could, but they're young too. Um,
They got a
the
lot of
Heat,
injuries.
yeah, the Heat without Jimmy Butler was like null and void, like a cakewalk. Um, let me turn off my ring. The Not surprised by the 76ers with Joel Embiid hurt. Um,
He tried to play.
the Pacers tried to make it interesting.
They,
Um,
but the Pacers was not an easy out though.
no, they weren't. They weren't. The Pacers
Yeah,
tried to make it interesting.
they played hard.
Um, they really did. I, I don't know. I don't know if that was good for the Celtics or bad for them. Like when it comes to this finals game,
I feel
I don't
like
know.
basketball is one of those sports to where you can't look at it like you lost to you struggled to this team, because basketball is more one of those things where like if a couple players on the team get hot, like they gon' it's hard to deal with. So you can either be hot or cold. Like I think basketball is one of those, you know, it's really one of those any given game type things. Like, you know, yeah, that's how I don't know. I don't think basketball is one of those. Like if you lose 2 or 3 games to a bad team, then that's just different.
Right.
Like in a series, but you know, but the places play hard though, and I
They
think
really did.
I wonder what it would have looked like if Tyrese Halliburton wouldn't have got hurt, or say he got hurt, or whatever happened,
Right.
because he
I
lost
don't
that
know.
last game for him, turning the ball over 3 times at the end of the end of the game.
Just doing wild shit.
He dribbled the ball off his shoe one time. When the last time
Yep.
we see stuff like that when we was running the clock at the rec games.
Right. When kids was playing. Right. Not grown millionaires. You're
Not
right.
right, not professional athletes dribbling the ball off your foot. Like, come on,
Yeah.
man.
He was nervous. That's all that was. He was nervous.
Nervous.
Yep. Too
Okay.
much pressure.
You make millions. What you nervous about?
Not
You ain't worried,
everybody's made for the spotlight though.
but you ain't nervous about your light skin cut off.
Nope.
So
You
what you
talking about
nervous
real
for?
life problems.
Right, right, right,
Right.
right.
You just
What you
gotta
nervous
dribble the
for?
ball.
Right. Go play basketball. You've been doing this all your life. What you mean? You dribble the ball off your shoe in the Western Conference Finals? I mean, just
Yeah,
like walking down the court, dribble the ball off his shoe.
yep. He was nervous. I'm trying to tell you.
Then you
The
go to over.
scene was too big.
Then you go to overtime and lose.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So Celtics had a cakewalk to get to the finals. The Mavs, they played to get to the finals. They put in some work to get to the finals.
Hmm. They went through a gauntlet.
Yeah. So who you got? Dallas or Boston?
I got
We
Boston still.
Jason Tatum get his first title.
Yeah, I got Boston.
Why?
Um, I feel like Boston has. I feel like Boston's whole starting five is just straight up defense. So they can score like their starting five. Let's just say Porzingis comes back. Let's presume Porzingis is back. Now the question is, do you start him or how many minutes should he be getting?
Right.
Whatever. That's neither here nor there. But let's just say Porzingis comes back.
Right.
You got a starting five who can all stretch the floor. All of them can shoot. All of well, yeah, all of them can drive. All of them can score to some magnitude, and they all play defense. That's a lot running at Boston.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't saying they're gonna stop Kyrie or Luca, but they can definitely they 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 can definitely run. They can definitely be okay. And see, I think the difference between them and Minnesota is Minnesota, all of them play defense, but only two of them can create their own shot.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. Like Mike Conley is, I mean, he's okay, but he's not like you're not scared of Mike Conley. Anthony
Right.
Edwards and Cat are the only two that you're really looking at for scoring.
Right.
Like, um, what's the other boy that's like 6'9" that can shoot for Minnesota that was guarding Luca most of the time?
I can't think
McDaniels.
of say his
I
name.
think it's Jaden McDaniel. I think that's his name. McDaniels, I think. Yeah. But I mean he's just a spot up shooter. He's one of your corner shooters, like a PJ Washington for Dallas. But I mean, yeah, that's the only reason I get a nod to Boston. Who you got?
I'm rolling with Dallas.
Yeah, okay. So we
My
putting
thought process is this is why I'm choosing Dallas. And
okay.
legit, this is why I'm choosing Dallas. I'm choosing Dallas because I think it's going to be a good series. Don't get me
I do.
wrong.
Yeah, I do too.
I actually think it might go to at least 6 games.
I can see that.
I really believe it. Okay. I think Kyrie is going to take over it all. And
Hmm.
he's the only person who's I'm trying to still think who's on the Celtics. Kyrie didn't played in the finals before. That's my
He's
point.
won. He's won the finals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't played in the finals before.
Drew Holiday has a ring too
Oh, that's what I was trying to think. Okay.
with Milwaukee.
Oh, he was on the Bucks when they won. Okay.
Hmm. Against Phoenix.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna go with the savviness of Kyrie versus and with the team because I think they have a good team. I think Dallas had a good team. I think Kyrie was the piece that they were looking for. I think it took them a couple years to gel, and now they're here. I just don't believe in Jason Tatum. I like Boston though. but maybe it's Jalen Brown. I don't believe in. Um,
You,
I believe
you're
in
not the
Jason
only one
Tatum.
that said that though. There's a lot of people that think Jalen Brown's the best player on the team.
I don't know if he's the best player, but I do believe he got to do. He gonna have to play like he the best player for them to get over the hump. I don't think it can fall on Jason Tatum. That's what I think. I think Jalen Brown's gonna have to really step it up. Now Boston got some pieces. Now they're a complete team. I don't know. I'm just gonna roll with Kyrie. No rhyme, no reason. I'm gonna roll with Kyrie.
See, this is the only
Dallas.
reason. This is the only reason I say Boston is because they got they have several players they could run at either Kyrie or Luca, and it not really hurt them on the deep offensive side. So like Minnesota, Anthony Edwards had to either guard Kyrie or Luca, but now he tired on offense. See
Hmm.
that I mean Boston has Drew Holiday who plays
Yeah.
defense, but he's not really looked at to give you
Score.
25.
Hmm.
He can score. He
Yeah.
can hit threes. He can drive. He can score. Then you got Devin White. He played defense. Very savvy defensive player. But you're not looking at Devin White to give you 25.
Right.
Jalen Brown plays defense very, very well. He can score, but guess what? If he need to take a break on the offensive side of the ball, they still got Drew Holiday, still got Devin White, still got Jason Tatum, still got
Yeah.
Porzingis.
Yeah.
If Jason Tatum need to guard Luca, you still got Drew Holiday, still got Devin White, still got Jalen Brown. It just they can throw any combination of type of blitzes or whatever they need to do to try to slow them down, but they're not suffering on the offensive side, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. See, if
Yeah.
Kyrie can play defense, Kyrie plays great defense. I think his defense is underrated,
Yeah.
but now he's suffering on the offensive side.
Right.
But not to say he's the only player that can create this shot because we know what Luca can do.
Yeah.
But it ain't too many teams that Luca had to play yet to where they're pressuring him on the offensive side. Luca gonna find the weakest player on the offense and he gonna try to take his break on defense. We've seen it
True.
countless amount of times against Denver,
Minnesota.
well
Yeah.
Minnesota. Well, no, Minnesota played Denver. I'm sorry, against Minnesota. We've seen it plenty of times. They gonna guard either somebody that just sits at the 3-point line, and he just gonna sit there with them.
Right.
But the only thing about Boston is, they moving. Their whole team just moving. Like they ain't really nobody's really sitting in the corner like that.
Yeah. I mean, it should be a good series.
Oh, it
It
will
should
be.
be a it should be a really good series. I hope it lives up to the hype. I don't want to see no sweeps. I don't want nobody to get swept.
Yeah,
I wanted to live up to the hype of
I wanted to
and
go. I wanted to go as long as possible, so that mean we got the least amount of time to wait for football season.
right, stretch it out
Go to
to
July.
end of June.
Yeah,
right.
go to July.
Go to,
Yeah,
right.
go to
July
carry me
1st.
right in the training camp.
Right, exactly. But here's another thing, and this is what I'm gonna say. Kyrie's still salty at how things went in Boston.
You
I
think so?
guarantee you. Hell yes. They did him dirty.
Didn't he ask to be traded?
He needed to be asked to be traded by the way
Why?
everything was playing out.
Why? Because you thought they believed in Jason Tatum more. He was like a rookie or a first year player when Kyrie was asking to be traded.
Kyrie didn't like how the organization was being ran.
I mean, that's a
So,
possibility. I can see that.
and
Kyrie's like,
he said the fans are racist, but that is a known fact that in Boston the fans tend to be a little racist. Uh, so
well,
that's
they
like
don't have,
that's like been a forever thing, like since the '60s and '70s. That
but they don't, But who got the most rings in the league? Period.
I get it, but
I'm just saying,
it
how
was,
you gonna be
it was
racist?
a different it was a different time though.
That should have been a
That,
more time. That should have been a time to be even more racist
but you
in the
seen what the
'60s.
team looked like in the 70s?
Yeah, it was
If it
just
wasn't
Bill
for
Russell.
that's my point. I mean, that's
Right.
really all you needed. but
Yeah.
then, but I'm saying like the last time the Celtics won was like '09, 2010, something like that.
Was that with the big three?
Yeah, with Kevin Garnett and Rajon. Rajon was like
And
second,
Ray
third
Allen.
year in the league. Yeah. And good old Paul Pierce. Can't forget Paul Pierce. But
Paul
my
Pierce
point
be out
is
here tripping in the media. They,
something is wrong with him. Some he is off. Like
they would been tripping.
something is wrong with him.
Yeah.
Like he's touched. Something is wrong with Paul
Hmm.
Pierce. Like and he be just on national TV just saying whatever.
I think
Why
he
would
done.
you bring some that would be like bringing me and you on a public, like on a national scene and say, "Hey, don't be yourself." like, cause
Did he
he like just talking like he
did he get
hanging with
kicked
his
off the
homies.
ESPN?
He should have. He said the N word on national TV.
He
So,
did. He got way too comfortable.
oh
He
yeah, oh
yeah.
yeah, he
I
got
mean,
yeah,
we're on the platform where we talk to each other, right? And sometimes
right,
we may like forget that we're like recording, right?
right.
But we still ain't dropping in bombs. Just
No,
take
no,
like
and
we
I
on the
look
phone.
right now. Look, I curse a lot. It's I be trying to hold back on because I was about to curse right then saying about me cursing. I don't mind dropping some foul language. I don't see
Right,
nothing wrong with it. That comes very natural. I'm trying
right,
to, but I'm trying to make this as appropriate as possible so all viewers can listen.
right,
So you're right. I'm not we kind of describe the podcast as a private conversation for the public, but if we were talking offline like we talk offline, people
See, yeah,
I don't know.
it's different. And see, Paul Pierce
It's
be
different.
tripping. Like, yeah, Paul
Yeah, he
Pierce
be
tripping.
tripping.
He tripping.
Yeah, he be
Yeah,
tripping. He just be saying whatever. But you know,
literally.
yeah, these are real opinions, but they're like censored in a way.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, but but my point is, I think Kyrie will be motivated towards playing in Boston. Um,
Yeah.
so
And
so we'll
what
see.
about Porzingis? He played in
Playing,
Dallas.
that's true. They did draft him.
See, keep up. He ain't now. I don't know. He got. I think
No,
he
he
got
got
drafted
drafted
by
by
New
the
York.
Knicks. Yeah,
Yeah, I
by
think
the
he got
Knicks.
drafted by New
And then
York,
they
but he
sent him
played
to
it.
Dallas.
Yeah, he
And
played in
then
Dallas.
Dallas sent him to Boston.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think that's the same. I don't think so.
Huh?
No. Nah, I don't think he'll care.
Okay. All right.
He's staying
So
hurt. Do you think it's because he's so tall? What do you think it is? Like, why is he injury prone?
I don't know. It's a possibility. All right. So we gonna put a bet on this Boston Dallas game since you got Dallas, I got Boston, right?
Right.
Whoever wins first, that's who buying the concessions first game.
Yes, I
Yeah.
got you.
All right. Okay.
Look, I
All right.
got you. Because you drink beers. I will buy whatever food you want and 2 rounds of alcohol.
Okay.
If
Now how do
if if Boston wins,
so
okay.
how do I compete with how do I
Hold on, I'm
pay
about
up?
to
Oh,
tell
okay.
you. Now, if Dallas wins, you gotta buy food and $25 on the roulette table. Because your beer is gonna
Bet.
be more than $25 now.
Maybe, yeah, about the same. They about
About the
$12 a
same.
beer. Yeah, about
See?
$12 a beer. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
25 plus whatever food I want if
Okay.
Dallas wins. When Dallas wins. you get you know, you could be liquored up and have whatever you're eating if
All right,
Boston wins. That is the bet.
bet, bet. This has been another episode of Professional Couch Coaches. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell one time for the culture. And always, peace.
Peace.